What's going on, everybody? This is Dave from This is Pop Punk Promotions. I'm here with Northvale from Saddle Brook, New Jersey. How's it going, boys?
What's
What's
up?
going on, dude?
Really appreciate you guys coming on. Let's dive right into it. So, when and how do you guys form?
Oof,
All
oof.
right.
Get
Oh,
cold. Yeah, you want to? Okay, you can
yeah.
take.
I had a band that died in 2019-ish, and I did nothing but break Mike's balls for months and beg him to start a band with me, and he finally was like, "Okay, cool." And then yeah, Northvale started. It was me and Mike. We found Chris a little while later after going through a few people, the process. And then Aaron was a friend of Mike's and he helped us with drums in the studio on our first few songs. And like we were at the studio for a few days and I was just like, "Hey dude, can you want to join the band? Because you're fun, right?" And he was like, "Hell yeah, brother." So that was just that. So I guess 2019, right, Mike? 2020, that area. It was like
Yeah,
right as the world was turning into shit.
right at the end of 2019, me and Keith and Chris started like writing songs, but we didn't even call ourselves a band yet. And then at the beginning of 2020, like literally, I don't know, 2 months before the pandemic started, it was like, January of 2020, maybe at the end. Um, we went in and did like a 5 song EP, and we didn't have a name for the band. We didn't have like, a plan for the release. We were just like, let's just go put some songs down and, see what happens. And so we did that and then started dripping songs out and then, doing that like waterfall release that everybody does now where you're like, okay, here's 2 singles, then here's the EP kind of thing. Um, so we had those in our pocket, and then the pandemic hit. And then we were like, okay, so shows are off the table. So, like, how do we keep the momentum going? And then, it kind of turned into like, starting a band at the beginning of a pandemic was very much like 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 uncharted waters, right? Like nobody kind of knew how to even keep a band going at that point if you were established, let alone like new. So thankfully Keith likes doing some social media stuff and just kind of like got going.
Let's do it. Right.
Every band needs that one guy. I feel like normally it's like either the guitarist or the vocalist.
Yeah, man. That's me. I'm usually the one.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Short, simple, right to the point. I love it. So in
Yeah,
January, you guys released "Where We Will Go When There's Nothing Left." How's the response been to it?
It's not bad, man. I mean, I think that I think it did what we thought it was going to do, right, Mike? Did you expect different? It was pretty good. I was pumped about it. I mean, Better When I Can was the first single I think we put out off the record, and I was super stoked on the response with that because we had Adam from Palettes feature on that one, and yeah, I didn't know how I was going to do. I was excited to just do a song with him. We're friends with them, and we thought we're just both in that at that level of like trying to break through, and I was curious to see how it would do. But that song still gets streams like week to week. That song gets plays, so that's cool. And then Already Dead popped off because we put AJ on it. AJ from The Dangerous Summer. He's one of our dudes now, right? Right, Mike. Too many stories with him. And yeah, so I think the response on the record is pretty good. Apple Music, for some reason, really, really liked For the Moment. It's the first song on the record, and we're still on a playlist from that, right? Rise and Grind, I think it is. We've been on one since January. We were number one for like a few months, which was pretty cool for us. So it's been a good all around, but I think that on this next record, we definitely are looking for a bigger response. But natural progression of things.
yeah, I think it was more like, I really loved the record. I love how it came out, but it was like we wanted to, like, again, going back to like that COVID kind of scene, we were just recording and putting out singles. We had no like plan to do an album honestly ever until like the world changed again and like opened back up. And so we like Chris and I kind of sat down and we're like, we have like 15 songs. Like, do we want to try to do like a full length record? And so um there was definitely like learning pains and like stuff like that because we never we never intended to put an album out, but we had a collection of songs, and I always, I think for a lot of us, like me and Aaron, we always played in bands, but like they never had a huge amount of traction. So like none of us had ever like written a full length before. So we're like, let's give this like the traditional route a shot here and see kind of how this shakes out for us. So I hit up Brett Romney's, who does like Hot Mulligan and a bunch of those kind of bands, and he works out of this studio that's kind of close to us. It's like honestly like a midway point between us and you. It's in like really West Jersey, like Lake Hopatcong, and yeah, we kind of hunkered down there for like a week or two and just kind of like figured everything out. And so but we are now in the process of doing our second full length, and I think learning what we learned the first go around, I'm really stoked on how like we could take what we learned, what works, what doesn't work, and kind of put it into like a really cohesive thing this go around.
Really sick that you got to work with AJ from the Dangerous Summer. How did that come about?
I DM'd him on Instagram.
Yeah, man. We just hit him up. And we hit him up. We ended up playing a backyard show. There's a cool spot that popped up here during like right around the quarantine and stuff. They're called the Kill Shed, and they it's a house. It's this dude's house. He's great, and he just throws these little shows. And we played an acoustic show there with AJ. We became friends. That was after we had done the feature with him. So, we kind of had something to talk about. We became friends. And then the second time we hit him up, it was just real easy, right, Mike? He was in the middle of moving. I think he moved back to Jersey this year. And he was like on his way. He was the best. We're like, yo, AJ, could you do this feature? He's like, send me the song. And we sent it to him. He's like, oh, sick. He like stopped, right? He like stopped on his way down, recorded a track. He just sent it over. He's like, "How's this?" We're like, "It's perfect." We're like, "What do we owe you?" He's like, "Oh, you guys you take care of it." He's the best, man.
It's so sick.
But he's the dude. We just played a show with him at the Williams Center not too long ago, right? We were just over there, Mike. What was it, a couple months ago? He's the
Yeah,
best.
like the
I
summer.
I'm I just wish we got to I wish we got to hang a little later with him that night, but it was a crazy night.
Yeah, it was like a Tuesday. Tuesday shows are
Yeah,
weird. Like a
yeah.
Thursday, I forget, but yeah.
He's a good guy though. He's a good hang.
So dope. So, what would you say your favorite and your least favorite thing is about the writing and recording process?
Shit, man. Go ahead, Mike. What about you?
I mean, like it's. I mean, I look, I do this shit full time. I'm like a full time audio engineer. I'm always in the studio. I like doing the studio stuff. I know a lot of guys would much rather be playing shows, but I personally like the process of being in the studio. On the other end of the thing, as the artist, though, I mean, it's fucking nerve-wracking when everybody like, especially with like me and Keith's parts, like with every like the more rhythm section, like rhythm guitar, drums, and bass, like you kind of put it down and it is what it is. But with like leads and vocals, everybody nitpicks the shit out of it, and like they sit there and they're like, that part sucks, do it differently, and like it's a
Yeah, man.
lot of that.
Yeah, we do. We definitely butt heads in the studio. Actually, it's been pretty cool this time around, though. I think we just knew what we were getting into going in. I think that I for sure would love to just be out there playing shows forever, but uh I think it's fun when it's done, like when you've completed the work, like when at least when all the parts are set, then and it's like smooth sailing, like all we got to do is go put it down, and then like the whole rollout of all of it, and shooting videos and shit, even though that kind of sucks sometimes, but you know what I mean. It's fun to see your work at the end of it. I think the worst part for me is just like writing it, like writing the vocals, like writing the lyrics, because like we tend to write like sad shit, right? Or like not always, but we tend to we touch on some tough topics, and sometimes it's like not exactly what I want to do right then and there, right? But like we're on a time crunch, so it's like, hey Keith, that song about suicide you've been putting off for 6 months? Better fucking write it, pal. So it's like, damn it. All right, got to like hide in my room, get real sad, get it out. It's therapeutic, but like sometimes I'm just like, I'm trying to chill out and watch hockey. I don't really want to, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get sad really fast, just turn on the Notebook.
Yeah, I could do that. Just start
That'll
crying.
get you going.
Yeah, it's a kickoff. I'll try it.
You guys are from North Jersey. You're from Saddle Brook. How's the pop punk scene there? Do you have a favorite local band, favorite venue?
Dude, I think honestly, when we were growing up, like the VFW shows were off the hook. But like, and the School of Rock was like the spot, right? Mike, when we were kids, like that was like the bigger spot to go for the shows. And
Yeah.
then it died, dude. It died. It was dead. And I feel like just recently, not even like at the beginning of Northvale, like just recently, maybe the past 3 years, it's been starting to like really pick up. And I guess the local North Jersey spot for smaller bands is Debonair Music Hall in Teaneck, which is a cool place. Like they get it done. Everyone who works there is the fucking coolest. They hooked us up. We had our first album release show there. They were the best. It was like during a snowstorm. They were great. And now I guess with the Williams Center popping off, like things are really starting to go crazy because I think all the dudes who are behind the Williams Center reopening are just like elder emo kids. And a lot of those dudes from the Jersey scene are just grown up now and they're looking for something to do. And it might not necessarily be playing in a band, but they have all these spots. So like even like these little restaurants are like, yeah, let's do shows, It's like and as far as a local band, I mean, does who's boys these days, Mike? Sucker Punch? They're besties.
Yeah, I mean we're friends with a lot of dudes in this local scene now. Yeah, Sucker Punch is definitely the homies. We got the dudes in the best friend Mark, the guys who run the
Oh
kill
yeah.
down the shore. On the West Coast we've got the dudes in Pallets. There's a lot of local bands that are definitely popping off that are really fucking good. That like and that's the one cool thing about like everything being like equalized now online is that like a lot of these bands are getting, similar levels of traction to some of the bigger acts in our scene, and I think that's really cool.
It's really dope. So, who would you say your biggest influences are?
Shit, man. That's a laundry list. Honestly, I this is crazy, but like I grew up on like the Chili Peppers and Sublime, you know what I mean? Before I dove into pop punk at all. I was way more alt rock. I guess Green Day and Blink 182, some 41. I was all about it. But I guess I mean now, man, like who do I turn to
The
for
biggest
influences?
fucking bands. There's like I like Led Zeppelin and Red
Dude,
Hot.
what do you want me to say, man? I do mess around with old shit. I was listening to Sam and Dave earlier. What do you want me to say? Fucking I like the blues.
We're a weird band because like I think we all came from I know it's all like in the music scene, but I feel like Keith was more on like that like you were a fucking skate kid in high school. You were
I
like,
was.
let's like listen to fucking Rancid and fucking
Yeah.
go to the skate park.
I fucking
And
loved Rancid.
yeah.
And I
And
fucking loved Limp Bizkit too. Fuck yeah. I just
me
went
and
to see Corn and
uh,
fucking System. That shit ripped. Well, I'm sorry, Mike.
no, go ahead. Keep reminiscing about all the shows you've been to.
The
Go.
fuck, bro. I fucking like what you know what? Like my chem, they got me. Mayday Parade got me too. When I started crossing over to the dark side. Right,
May-
right, Mike?
Yeah, Mayday ribs. I mean, me and Aaron were always more like the post-hardcore kids. So like me and Aaron grew up on like Circus Survive and Silverstein and like those kind of bands. And I think Chris was a little more of that like drive-through record scene. So he was big on like the Houston Calls and the Yellow Cards and the Just Surrenders and shit. And so I think when you mash all of that together, it does kind of sound like Northvale in a way. So I
Yeah.
think yeah.
If you could tour with one of those bands, who would it be?
And come back safely or no.
To be determined.
I want to tour with like I want to tour with like 2000s some 41. That's what I want to tour with. Cuz I heard that shit ripped.
You're like, bring back the drug problems. That's the
Yeah, let's go, boy.
Make drugs great again.
That's a good shirt. Let's make it. Northvale. It's a good that's the next Northvale shirt. Let's do a collab shirt. Right?
That would be really, really sick. So now I'm going to ask you guys some non-music questions. It's a good way for me to get to know you as people. I did this with the other bands. You ready to rock and roll?
yeah,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
All right, first one. Favorite TV show?
Go ahead, Mike.
Ooh,
I'm
I'm going always sunny.
that was gonna be me. I guess. Oh, favorite TV show. Am I allowed to say the same thing?
You
We're
can't.
big on the same shows here. If I got my dirty
Go ahead.
pleasure show, it's New Girl. But it's always sunny. That's my shit.
Classic, can
Or
never go
wait,
wrong.
Bob's Burgers too. That's a good one. There you go.
That's a one I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, I was big on that. I went to see the movie in the theaters. That's how weird I was about it.
That
You like
show's
what
like
you like?
really consistent for the like like with cartoons they usually like peak for a few seasons and then really fucking fall off. I feel like Bob's has been pretty
Yeah,
consistent.
it is what it is. You get what you get.
It's funny because I've never seen that show, but I've heard so much about it.
Yeah, man, you got to watch it. I think the first time I saw it, I didn't intend on like sitting down and watching Bob's. I think I was stoned and I got Taco Bell and like I needed some noise in the background, you know? And so I put that on and like next thing you know, I'm like on season 2, just like with a crunch wrap like you know.
Also, I could be totally wrong, but does that show take place at the Jersey Shore or is it like
No, it's I think it might be like Rhode Island or something. You gotta I forget. I looked it up once, but it is like a shore town, like a little shanty
yeah,
shore
it's like
town.
a northeast shore town, like
Yeah,
generalized
it
and like
feels like home. Feels
yeah.
like home.
Well, if it's Jersey, then more reason to check it out.
All right. Yeah.
So if you guys had the opportunity to either go to the past or the future, which one and why?
Definitely the past. Definitely the past. I'm going to the 20s. And I want to be in a gang during alcohol prohibition. That's what that's what I want to do. I want to go to Boardwalk Empire. I will immediately join the mob. Let's do it.
Your dream is to go back 100 years to join the New Jersey Mafia. That
Yeah.
was yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I want to go. I'll go straight to Atlantic City and I will be an alcohol smuggler.
I do think, yeah, probably pay. Like we don't know what the future is going to be. We you jump 100 years in the future, it's just a goddamn apocalypse, maybe. So, like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna rock the past too.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to 1920s Atlantic City, but somewhere in the past.
Very cool. So if you guys had $1 million and you could donate to any charity, which one?
Hmm.
It's a
So
tough one.
no, this is one I think about a lot. So I'm big on researching charities, and it's hands down food banks. They're like so a lot of charities like fuck with your money and like spend a lot of it on like marketing and promotion and not spend a whole lot of it on like giving the money to the people who they're like supposedly trying to serve. Um, like straight up, whenever I donate, it's to the New York City Food Bank because 99 cents of your dollar goes to feeding the people in the food banks.
That's good. I think it would for me it would be something with kids, hungry kids. The same along the same lines. I don't think kids should starve. That's not cool. They didn't ask to be here.
Can't go wrong with either one.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Where are some places in Saddle Brook in North Jersey that visitors should check out?
Shit. Nobody's coming here. North Jersey. I think you got to go to South Jersey for people to check shit out, dude. You got to go to Asbury Park. You got to go to the Pony, right? Summer Stage. What's in North Jersey, Mike? That like people would come to see? Nothing. Nothing because you go to New York if you're over here.
Yeah, I mean that's always the big weird thing with being from North Jersey is like you're in the shadow of New York City constantly, and it's like, like you want to go see like a play. There's better plays in New York, but I think Jersey's got like a really good fucking like restaurant and like, like bar pub scene. And I think like I don't know, I'm in Hudson County now and I fucking love this area. It's like New York but affordable and like, I don't know. I'll throw down and say we've got better pizza than New York over here.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yo, get it's like no, I fucking can't stand people like New York slice. Like, bro, grow up, dude. You know it's better over here. Come over here. You're out of your mind. The Italian restaurants in uh in New Jersey and pizza, this that's we take the cake. I don't want to fucking hear it from anybody.
Yeah. You come over here, you're gonna just eat. I think that's what you do is you eat your way to Jersey.
Yeah.
So glad that you guys said this because I've been telling people this all the time, and they look at me like I have like 10 heads. I'm like, "Are you on crack?" I'm like,
Yeah,
"Jersey's
bro.
got the best pizza. Like, get
Hell
out
yeah.
of here."
Yeah, man. You can straight up like walk into any pizza spot in Jersey and like it's all good. It's like it's
You could
like
walk into like the shittiest rated place on Yelp in like one of these like North Jersey towns, and it's still gonna be like a 6 out of 10 compared to the rest of the fucking country.
yeah, dude, like the worst place here is 10 times better than the best place in most states.
Yeah.
Well, I know the average pizza in Jersey would be a 10 in Hershey.
Yeah, I'm sure, dude. I'm sure. I got a friend who moved out to PA. I don't know exactly where. I know he's in the sticks, but like he's just so upset. Like no pizza, no
That far out
bagels.
there. Hershey's like 3 hours away. Like you go for like I feel like once you get past like the Hershey, like Scranton, like that like northeast PA area, then it gets real weird and like and barren. Like I don't know. Like that whole area between like Hershey and Pittsburgh is just like no man's land out there. That's like
It's wild stuff.
I don't know what the fuck happens there.
A
Yeah,
whole
me either.
lot.
You got to start throwing your own festivals, dude. Start your own
Yeah,
scene.
yeah, that's a great idea. I'll have to start playing it out, and maybe you guys can help me
Hell
put it
yeah,
together.
bro.
Dude.
I'll come play. You're not far. Let's
Oh,
do it.
hell yeah! It'll be a an all Jersey fest.
That's right. Yeah,
Jersey,
Jersey.
Philly. No, I will allow Philly because Philly is similar to Jersey.
Hell yeah. Philly's got some dudes. We just played with midfield and dead wrong at that little bar in Philly. That was crazy. That was a crazy day. It was very
Oh,
hot.
yeah. It's
What?
the hottest day of the year in a venue that only that safely by fire code fits 75 people. Just the people in the bands and their friends were 75 people.
Yo. Yeah, dude, that was two packed. I hadn't taken my inhaler in like 10 years and I found it in my backpack. I'm like, I need this. I just like crushed some expired steroids before I got on stage. I couldn't breathe.
I guess that's maybe our age is starting to catch up to us a little bit.
Dude, yeah, it was 3 million degrees in there. I'd heat stroke on stage. I remember when I got off stage at that show, all I did was take my shirt off and put it in the trash, and I just took a shirt off the merge table and went outside. It was gross.
My shirt was a different. I played a rare show in blue. That was a mistake.
Oh, it's
That
like
was,
limited edition skin, Mike.
yeah, yeah, that was a mistake. Should have stuck with the black. That blue was a different color blue by the time we got off the stage.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on and chatting up a little bit, and the support means the world to me.
For
No,
sure,
dude,
dude.
thank you
Thanks
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
I fucking appreciate the world that you asking us to do anything. That's
Yeah,
fucking.
man. We're always up for it. We love it. We'll talk anytime.
Well, the new album kicks major ass, and it's a 10 out of 10 in my book.
Oh shit, dude. Thank you. We appreciate that. That's
Of
nice.
course. So for the people that are going to watch this interview later, where can they find your music at?
We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Music. We are on Amazon Music. We're on every music you could
On every
get, right?
fucking streaming service. We're on Cubuzz. We're on
Yeah.
Tidal. We're
We're,
on
we're on all kinds of cool stuff. Title, right? We're on and we're on YouTube. Check out our music videos. We made some cool ones this time around.
We did try to make some cool ones. I think we're
Uh,
just gonna lean heavy into the have fun music videos.
yeah, this time around we're definitely gonna do that. We made some cool videos last time, and some were like serious, and I just want to do. We're just gonna be funny, I think, for the rest of our lives. So
Please do
that's the plan.
that just because like I'm a big music video guy and I've been saying for the longest time that bands need to like get back to like how the videos were in like the early 2000s where they were
Yeah,
fun and they were in backyards and partying and everybody was having a great time and skateboarding.
yeah. Let's do that. That's what we're gonna do for this whole new release. I think just funny stuff.
We did with Better When
Hell
I
yeah.
Can. My favorite fucking music video. It's just us doing a Pinewood Derby in a VFW hall. Fucking
Uh,
rips.
yeah, it's a good. That's a good video. That video fucking ruled.
Now that I can definitely get behind. Well, I hope you guys have a great night and we'll chat soon.
Hell yeah,
Appreciate
dude. You
it.
too.
Thank you so much, dude.
All right,
Peace out.
peace out.